Welcome back to the Bell Ringers podcast, where we talk everything sports
betting,
and a sprinkle and a little bit of pop culture here and there. My name is Tyler Press,
and I'm Ryan McDonald.
And we got MLB season pretty much in full
2 weeks
effect.
in.
Yeah, 2 weeks in. The NBA playoffs just started, or play-ins.
That still counts as playoffs.
Yeah.
Adam Silver wants to get his playoffs started earlier.
Yeah,
So
and
2 games last night. We have 2 more tonight.
And a little bit NFL news, but honestly, our pop culture, which I'm excited to talk about, is Last of Us season 2 premiered this Sunday just passed, and
I wrote 1 bullet point for it, but that's all I need to just go off.
Yeah,
we got some problems with it.
You texted me like, you watched the episode. I was like, yeah. I was like, how do you feel about this? I'm like, same exact fucking way. Like, dude, we'll talk.
I wanted someone to agree with me. I was like, please tell me you also hate this person.
Yeah, so much.
All right, but before we get started, as always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thebellringerspod, and so subscribe, like our videos, like our shorts. Send it to your friends. Follow us on our social media platforms at BellRingersPod on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Like and leave comments. That's
like
probably
and comment.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it.
Flows better.
Spotify is also BellRingersPod. I think it's a follow on there, and then you can rate us, give us a little thing. I don't know if you can comment on there. I think you can.
Spotify?
There's always weird things that gives me the option to when I post the Spotify thing. It's like, you want to leave a poll, which I used to leave one for the drafts, and I would just vote on it just myself to get one extra vote.
I wish you would have brought these up. Like, well, I'm actually undefeated on Spotify polls.
I think I did that one time. You're like, who's the only one voting? You? I was like, yes, it still counts.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even know you could vote on things on Spotify.
Yeah, you can make polls and questions and stuff like that.
Yeah. End of the year. How we doing the drafts? Well, pretty split on the Instagram, but Ryan just swept with Spotify.
I think when I did make the end of year draft thing, I was like, I should put this in. Then I was like, no, they're just gonna roast me for it, so I'm not gonna do it.
I'm actually undefeated on our Spotify draft, but
starting out, our Phillies did win last night. We lost the first game against San Francisco. It was a tough one.
Mm-hmm. Was it 10-4 or something?
Yeah, it started out. We had great first inning. It was like 3-0, and then they just Taijuan Walker became Taijuan Walker again.
Yeah, which is obviously rough. They coming off of a loss series to the Braves too, which we went from beating the piss out of the Dodgers, which was amazing to watch, to then losing to the Braves, who we'd recently commented was one of the worst teams in the MLB.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost. Some of these notes are from yesterday, so it was before last night's game, but so we've lost 4 of the last 6 now. Mm-hmm. And before last night's game, the prior 5 games, we were 3 for 46 with runners scoring position, and 46 runners left on base, and then 47 strikeouts. Just horrendous. Small cool moment 2 nights ago. Bryce Harper did have his gender reveal for his baby.
With the bat, right?
Yeah, Trey Turner gave him a blue bat. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Didn't Stott do it too with a wristband or an armband?
Yeah, he did it with an armband for a friend, I think.
Yeah, which is really cool. Didn't know gender reveals were going to make it to the MLB, but I guess any way you want to do it.
Yeah, would have been kind of funny if they just didn't know that like one of the balls during the game was going to be the gender reveal ball, and it just smoked the ball, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he hits it, just blows up with blue confetti.
But that ball ends up beaming him in the back. Because it's just, you get one chance at it.
Yeah, right. I was going to say how anticlimactic it just hits the catcher's glove. It's like, oh, shit. Like, he looks back at JT, his glove's just blue. Like, oh, okay, nice. I just struck out with a pitch for my son.
JT and the ump's face mask are just smothered in pink.
It's like powder just blew up and they're all covered. Oh, that would be funny.
With the start of baseball, I know it's still early, but the NL is on fire. We have the top 5 teams in the MLB. Mm-hmm. Phillies were one of the top teams, but then we lost the other night. But we're coming back. Did one kind of cool moment from outside the Phillies. Garrett Crochet had a no-hitter broken up by a player that he was traded. Well, he got traded in the offseason from the White Sox to the Dodgers, or not Dodgers, the Red Sox. And one of the guys at the God, why do you keep saying that? The Red Sox sent to Chicago, broke up his no-hitter in the 8th inning.
Ooh. Speaking of Chicago, the Cubs 12-8 right now, which I did not see coming. That was good to have. Chicago's a fun team to root for.
That like that. I mean, the Central Division was looking like it was going to be nothing for the whole season, so It's kind of cool to see a team play well.
Yeah, I mean they're 3 games up on the Reds right now, but they 3 games more played, so I guess that's not exactly 3 wins ahead. We decided last week that this week we're going to do our MLB team draft. Like right now, it's not our draft of the week, but so we're gonna pick 3 teams. That we do 3 teams that not including the Phillies, correct?
Yep. We could do 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. Because I think we did 3 last year with Trevor.
With Trevor, yeah. All right, we'll do 4. Broaden the chances of getting the winning team. But yeah, we picked 4 teams that aren't the Phillies to like casually root for, but like kinda, not really.
This isn't our usual draft, so we will have a draft this week of we did
Best
shows.
best shows and movies that we haven't seen. So kind of the most triggering ones, I guess. We don't really care.
Yeah, so tell us the ones that we're the dumbest for not not doing.
Yeah, we kind of figured we both had like I'm a big movie guy too, and like I love shows and movies and pride myself in my opinions on them. And there's still some pretty big ones that I haven't seen, which are pretty aggravating. I feel like your pool to choose from is a much higher than mine, but
Yeah,
that's why I'm gonna get pretty mad when you start picking the ones that I have. And like, dude, you could pick so many more. But
well, I think most of the ones that you'd probably get more upset with me, I think I've watched recently, or like within within the past few years.
yeah,
To do this one, let's do this real quick. Picking.
completely different one. You went first with the last draft with cheesesteak.
So you'll be the first one for. All right,
I'm first one for this too.
and then I guess I'll get first with the basketball when we get to that.
Yeah, so we can do that too. All right, so let's see. What team do I want to go with? I don't think the Dodgers are gonna repeat. I guess give me the Yanks.
I'll take the Dodgers.
All right, Dodgers and
I'll take the Padres. I don't want to. There's another
Ooh.
team I was between with that one, and I just don't want to pick the other team.
was it the Mets?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes
I just
sense.
kind of just didn't want to pick them.
Give me the Rangers and I'll take the Cubs. That'd be fun.
I'm gonna try. I'll take the Tigers, Detroit Tigers. Give me Boston. So I'll take the Tigers and the Red Sox.
Okay, and then I have one more.
Yes.
Yeah, I really don't want to do the one in our division. I'll give me the Giants. I'll take the Giants with my final pick.
There we go.
This way, no one's taking the Mets or anyone in our division.
Yeah.
Keep it clean. So wait, yeah. Recap. My team with first pick of our non-Phillies MLB teams that we will be pulling for to win the World Series. I have the Yankees. I then got the Texas Rangers. I have the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants.
Not pulling for these teams to win. This is just my out of non-Philly teams who I think has the best chance.
Right. If it's not going to be the Phillies, it's going to be
So-
one of these teams.
I got the Dodgers, the Padres, the Tigers, and the Red Sox.
Yeah. Let's go. I got to change my alerts on my phone because I still have the
Yeah.
Padres.
I guess last little baseball news: Spencer Strider's making his debut this season from injury against the Blue Jays tonight.
Oh, wow. Okay. Actually, no, I did want
So
to have
my-
one other thing I wanted to talk about the MLB. It's actually Phillies in particular, too. You have anything else on Strider?
No, that's it.
With the Phillies, obviously, they haven't been playing well, kind of on a downward slope. The Alec Boehm in particular has not been hitting whatsoever. He's still a solid third baseman, but his batting average last year compared to the start of this year is just abysmal. He's not hitting the ball.
Him and Marsh both are just horrendous right now.
Right. And then I texted, I think I was watching the game last night at a bar, and I texted you guys like, dude, Boehm fucking sucks. Like, I think there was a man on third and man on first and third with one out, and he hit into a double play on the first pitch. And I like was talking to somebody else about this, where it's like he always swings on the first pitch, and it always ends up like I don't know how many double plays he's batted into this year, but I always see him swinging on the first pitch and getting a double play or just a lousy hit, or like pop out. Like never takes the first pitch to see the pitcher out. Like it's I don't get how you do it this consistently and you keep doing it, but
At the beginning of the season, we did a little bit better job. Like we had a lower whiff rate, we had a higher walk percentage. So it seemed like the guys were kind of getting the idea, like don't swing at the first pitch. Take more pitches because more likely they're balls. But then it seemed like after that at Braves series, it was just like they swung at every single curveball. Like the other night against the Giants, we swung at like 26 curveballs and missed.
yeah.
And then last night, Boehm did get a hit. Got an RBI. Marsh didn't get a hit, but he did have a pop fly that was a sacrifice fly.
Yeah.
So he's got an RBI. But
I was gonna say this was the reason I brought it up was because last night he had the game leading RBI and then Harper hit the 2-run home run to extend the lead and end up getting the dub.
they did also get rid of the nickname the daycare between Boehm, Marsh, and Stott. And
Yeah.
I kind of think they got rid of the water boys where they don't pour water over everyone. I think that's kind of taken some of the fun out of it.
I was
You
gonna say
got to bring the fun back.
Yeah, they got rid of they're not doing the water boys anymore, which again was a very fun thing that they did, and not really any of them are playing that great this
Yeah.
year. So it's like
Maybe
stop taking not taking it too serious, but like
I understand getting rid of the daycare thing because you guys are vets now, but the water thing was still cool.
Yeah.
The fans enjoyed it. And, that was one of the things that made everyone like you guys as a team and
Right.
want to root for the team and get more, go to the games and stuff like that more. So I don't think we need to really get rid of all the fun.
no, I agree. But yeah, that was my bone piece that
Yep.
he at least did something last night that kind of redeem himself. They asked him afterwards too, like with like the hitting slump, like you had to feel good getting that hit tonight.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, obviously, like I was watching the interview, being like, give me like, is he gonna do that? I hate this place. Like, yeah, the hate's been too much for me. But he kind of owned up. He's like, listen, like I am supposed to be a hitter. They kept me on the team to be a hitter, and obviously it's not going well. So, yes, this was a good relief to get a big hit to win the game. He's like, but I gotta be more consistent. Like he kind of owned up to all of it. Which
it's gonna be tough to keep him out there because like Sosa's been batting pretty well, and he can play third base. So it's gonna be kind of tough to be like.
Can play anywhere.
So it's gonna be kind of tough to be like, hey, we got this guy that hits better.
Yeah, sure.
But then I mean, I fell asleep a little bit during last night's game. Woke back up when Harper hit his home run, and then like after the game was over, like I saw them like they were like interviewing Bohm. I was like, did he hit like a home run while I was sleeping? Like I don't. And then I looked. I was like, he got one. Okay, just that hit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, that's a little weird, but I guess good for him. Get him. Give him the clap.
The hit to get the lead.
Is
probably more important than the like knife or like what is it? Like killing blow or throw the dagger.
Yeah,
I guess that's fair. Not the knife. So I get why. And again,
give the kid a bone. I get it.
Yeah. And like I said, he's been playing bad, so it is a bigger moment, I guess, for him.
Moving on to the worst team in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
Who, I mean, right now we're almost halfway. We've almost caught up to the Sixers win total this year with the Phillies.
Yeah.
They had 28 wins. I think the Phillies are at like 11.
God,
so.
28 is so disgusting.
But that means we have our percentages for sure for the draft picks. So picks 1 and 2 have 10.5% each. So we have a 21% chance of being either the first or second pick. Third pick is a 10.6% chance. Fourth, 10.5%. So we got above a 40% chance of being in the top 4.
Yeah.
Fifth pick, 2.2%. Sixth, 19.6. Seventh, 26.7, which is the big one because that means we wouldn't keep it. 8 is 8.7%, and 9 is 0.6. So we have a little over 35% chance that we don't keep our pick. It's not 50-50, so.
No, yeah, odds are, I guess, in our favor
Yeah.
then. I saw Maxie said something too, like, we're at pretty much as low as we can get right now, so all we can do is go, like, all we can go from here is up. Like, yeah, that's a real positive turn to have such a terrible season. Like, can't get much worse than this. Like, that's not what you want your MVP guy and like your fan. Like, that's not what the fans really want to hear. Is like,
yeah, but at the same time, what else are you gonna say?
I know.
At least he might just be a more optimistic guy, being like, well, it's not gonna get worse. The season's done.
Yeah, kind of just an assurance of like, we know that this sucked.
Yeah,
and like we're like gonna be hitting the gym hard and like gonna be a lot of things we gotta correct, which is good.
Unless it does get worse next year, and we're like the third worst team instead of like the fifth. But playoffs, like we said, did start last night with Orlando beating Atlanta to secure the 7th seed for the East, and then Golden State beat Memphis, the Grizzlies, to secure the 7th seed in the West. The rest is as follows: the East 1 seed is Cleveland, then Boston at 2, New York Knicks at 3, Indiana Pacers at 4, Milwaukee Bucks at 5, Detroit Pistons at 6, which is I feel like it's the first time Detroit's been in the playoffs for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then so Atlanta's gonna have to play the winner of Chicago-Miami to see who gets the 8th seed.
Yep.
West is Oklahoma City in first, Houston second, the Lakers in third, Denver in 4, Clippers 5, Minnesota Timberwolves 6, and then the Grizzlies will play the winner of Sacramento and Dallas to find out who the 8th seed is. I don't think Dallas is making it. I think that's gonna be Sacramento, Memphis.
I don't want to see Dallas make it.
No, I mean, I don't want to see this guy be like put as like, oh, he made the right decision.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want any justification for what happened in Dallas.
The Chicago-Miami one, I'm not really sure about. Although I kind of think it's probably gonna be Atlanta that beats whoever comes out of that anyway.
Yeah. All right, so we want to pick teams for this too.
Yeah, we can. I say, do you want
to? I think you take this one first.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking 3 or 4. I guess we could do 4 each again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take OKC.
Okay. Give me the Lakers.
Damn it.
And Boston.
I wanted the Lakers. Well, I'll take Cleveland.
2 1 seeds for you.
Yep. Don't think Houston has a shot.
Yeah, I can't believe they're the 2.
I'll take Denver just because of Jokic. So I'll do Cleveland and
That's
Denver.
a good one. That's a good one. Give me the Knicks. Knicks and who else do I want, Rye? Pacers. Why not? I got 3 Eastern teams, but whatever.
I'm just going to take Houston as my last pick just because they're the last 2 seed. It's kind of hard not to see that and just be like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So recapping our NBA teams for the playoffs, I have Oklahoma City Thunder, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Denver Nuggets, and the Houston Rockets.
That's honestly, you built a pretty solid team there.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
It's 3 in the West, so.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I have 3 in the East.
Yeah, that's fair.
My team, I have the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers, and the Los Angeles Lakers.
The Lakers did not follow the 4. Just I want that to be known.
No, that was not the order. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't do it.
I don't want people to be like, "How'd you let them get the Lakers at 4?"
So should I redo that? All right, I got
you're fine.
I got the
Just
Los
leave
Angeles
it.
Lakers, the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, and the Indiana Pacers. Sorry about that. That's a good point though.
Last little bit of NBA news: the Phoenix Suns fired their coach, so they'll be. I mean, they've had 3 in a row now that they're going to be getting a new coach. Just not like just one season. Like, nah, it's not working. Get rid of them. And I mean, I gotta imagine they might be trying to trade KD soon too.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that a coach can come in and in 1 year turn a team completely around. I know when you have star talent like KD, obviously like you expect the coaching job to be easier for the guy, but like you got to give somebody a year on the belt to like learn the team dynamics and get comfortable with everybody, and then see what, like, if you give him 2 years, like hiring a coach and firing a coach, unless the dude is clearly the one in the wrong, which I don't think is often the case in the NBA. Like,
Yeah.
there's certain sports that I think you can see a coach is clearly holding a team back more, but like the NBA, I really feel like if you have the talent that the coach isn't gonna, I shouldn't diminish what a coach does for the NBA, but like you can't blame a coach entirely on a team's poor doing.
Especially just one season. I mean,
After one season.
I did see that they were like saying like, oh, like he, the players didn't really didn't get along with him that great, or like, didn't buy in. So maybe like if that's part of that's fine, but the fact that they've done this like 3 years in a row is a little much.
I was gonna say, yeah, what is this 3 coaches in a row? Your
Yeah.
players are like, I don't really like him. Like, dude, like,
And then that might just be bad interviewing. Just at that point, just be like, yeah, you guys are clearly picking the wrong people then. But Luka did, went back to Dallas. Bunch of fire Nico chants would be funny.
Yeah.
I saw Mark Cuban shaking his head no. He's like a little upset.
yeah, I saw they did is it a montage or a memorial? No, memorial would die.
It's like a thank you something. I don't know, something like that. I
Yeah.
forget. I don't know why I can't. You asked the question.
There's a term for it. Like, I know I'm blanking on something here, but Luka was emotional watching it.
Yeah, which I get, especially
Yeah,
with
you
how
don't
many
wanna
people were
leave.
there. And then I did see it look like Anthony Davis gave LeBron the middle finger. I think he was like walking around before the tip and just went. And I was like, he definitely just gave LeBron the middle finger. That definitely is that. That's
Sir.
I don't think this video is AI. I think that's real. Hey, X, the Everything app. Can you just put like little info? Is that real? Is
Yeah.
that a little bit of NFL news? Jalen Ramsey, him and the Dolphins apparently not getting along, and they want to get a trade.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty much set in stone that he's not returning to Miami, right?
Yep.
Which is interesting. I've seen Jalen. I guess anytime a big free agent goes, it's like Jalen Ramsey to the Eagles. Like, no, we do not need. Beg your pardon. We do not need a Jalen Ramsey.
Well, that and
At
like,
the
he
Eagles.
apparently didn't really think that Vic Fangio was using him correctly in Miami, so I don't think it would be a good fit anyway.
No.
I don't think he appreciates Vic as a coach.
That's
But I
good.
feel like Jalen he's done this like 3 times in his career. Because I feel like where did he?
No, he got drafted by LA and went to Miami. I was
Why
talking
did I
to,
think he went somewhere else?
dude,
first?
I was talking to people about this earlier too. Like, I had this argument with guys that were like at work. They all were like, no, he's been on another team. Like 100% he's been on a team. I'm like, I can pull it up right now for you. He was drafted by the Rams and got traded to Miami. I think it's just it's always a thing that happens with
Yeah.
him. It's like rumors of him going to other places. So yeah, I think a lot of people think that Jalen Ramsey played on more teams than he did, but I think it's just because like,
Might just be I just remember him complaining more than once.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I think it's the rumor goes around to him being unhappy with teams and wanting to move. Problematic player, man.
I mean, it's kind of just what team's gonna get him. Knowing he doesn't want to be there, that's kind of always the thing. It's like how much you're gonna give up. Like I feel like we're gonna see him get like given up for like a 4th round pick. It's gonna be like, wait, what? How did you get Jalen Ramsey for a 4th round pick?
No, and that's the thing that drives me nuts is like it's nothing to him about like what the team he's leaving is getting, but like it's in some sense like make it private, make it if you keep it low key, you can at least have the team that you're like leaving that unless you're just furious with like you want to see like you build a bond with these guys like you don't like I can't imagine these guys like screwing all the guys that he just was like played like 3 seasons with over like with them losing a key player and not getting much in return.
Yeah.
Like keep it low key so like the other teams that the Dolphins GM is calling, he's being like, hey, yo, like, what would you be willing to give up for Jalen? Like, don't make it so obvious that,
I mean,
like,
sometimes it might also be the team doing it because they might be like, oh, if we get this out, more teams are going to hit us up for him.
yeah, but dude, just call everybody.
Yeah, I get you. I kind of agree.
It's like, that's how many teams that you gotta call?
Because that was the thing with like Luka. It's like if you would have just like at least
if you would have made it public, yeah, you would have gotten more.
But that was also like what he got was dog shit.
I was gonna say he did the opposite. He kept it private and still gave it up for nothing.
I think we said Cam Ward pretty definite to go to the Titans at the number 1 pick. Saw clips of him playing Fortnite the other night, and he was asked a couple questions. One was best running backs in the NFL. His answers: Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears. He also said Calvin Ridley and Traylon Burks were top 4 wide receivers in the NFL.
Yeah.
So he might have an idea where he's going to go.
I think he's glazing to the max too.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he's got a pretty good idea where he's going. So get those bets in at minus 10,000 now for him going number 1.
Yeah.
And then college football, we have Nico Lamalieva leaving Tennessee because he wants to go seek $4 million elsewhere. Pretty crazy when he wasn't showing up to practice, and then the coach was like, all right, you're not going to show up, you're not on the team anymore. Trying to get $4 million. A bunch of teams have already backed out and been like, I'm just going to wait for him to go on sale. I think they're waiting for him to get $1 million, which he could have just stayed at Tennessee and made like 2.4.
Mm-hmm. Not saying that I'm not for the college kids getting paid, but like
it's getting out of hand.
You're creating divas more if you start paying them, and like the free agency portal and everything. Like, it's gonna happen where it's like players like now have more power, so you're gonna get the characteristics that people don't really like seeing in the professional league. Yeah, coming to college sports now.
That it's like, I mean, going to college was like a great experience. Like, I don't like if his deal was already for like $2.4 million, that's a crazy ton of money. And Tennessee was a good team. They went to the playoff last year. Why would you not rather just stay at one college your whole time and actually have like an enjoyable experience where like, your friends are all the same, you're playing with the same teammates, you're not like doing all this dumb stuff, like you don't have to go to a new college and just make new friends or whatever, like meet, like it's, I don't know, it's just all dumb. I don't, just for an extra like $1 million when you're probably going to go to the NFL in a couple of years and make like a ton more.
And that's the other thing too, is that almost he wants to go to a better team, like I think, and then like
he just wants more money. It's not even about the team.
So he's not even.
He's like looking at UCLA and Tulane. They're definitely not a better team.
Yeah, that is crazy. Then it's strictly for the money. Now I was gonna make the case of like doing it because like you're on a bigger team, bigger like podium, get a better draft pick, but like.
But Tennessee is a good SEC team. They were in the playoff last year. It's not like it's not like they were a shit team.
Yeah, it's a real lame move. Just doing it for money and leaving a like solid team.
Or like if you had like big problems with a coach, that's one thing. But it seems like it's all just about the money.
Yeah, that's lame.
And then Colorado's set to retire the numbers of Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders after they went 13-12 in 2 years. I think that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Get Travis Hunter's won a Heisman, but Tim Tebow's won 2 Heismans and a national championship. Or 2 national championships and a Heisman, whatever. His number's not retired for Florida.
Florida's also much bigger.
I get that, but
honestly, they might have done it just so they have jerseys to retire. Like, I feel like, do they have any other numbers retired?
That I don't know.
I mean, what I'm getting at is like I don't think they have a really like ripe history of dominating college football.
No, they had a pretty good history in like the early '90s, I think, where they actually were really good.
Really,
and I think there's actually like There is like a guy that got a Heisman Award and stuff Colorado. Like that. That his number was the same as Shedeur's, and it's like it should be kind of retired for that guy instead. Like that guy has way more accolades than you do.
Yeah, that is a little nuts. Maybe just fame.
It's just Deion just being like, retire my kid's number. I don't want anyone wearing this number.
It's a publicity thing. He wants his kid's name and number up on the wall.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the UFC fights this week?
No. What was it, Saturday night? Right?
Yeah. Patty the Baddy's fight was sick. Just destroyed Michael Chandler's face.
I wish I'd known too, because I love Patty the Baddy. I would have watched it. Where did you watch? You go out to watch it? Or?
No. Just stayed in and watched it on Discord.
Yeah, my man.
I mean, it's a good time.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting you down for that. I like that. We went out to dinner. My cousin was over, so we went out to dinner, and then I think I probably watched. You know what show I've been watching recently? Oh, The Pit. It's like a docu show. It's on Max. It's really good, honestly.
I see every time I go on Max, I'm like, it doesn't look like it's for me.
Dude, it's intense. I mean, it's intense as hell. It's a cool hour-to-hour what happens at like an ER, and it's pretty crazy.
I get all my medical shows strictly from TikTok.
Yeah,
clips. That's where I get all those shows from. But yeah, I mean, it was a good fight night. There was one bad fight with Mr. Pitbull worldwide. It wasn't actually him, but the guy's last name was Pitbull. At least he changed it to Pitbull. It's a pretty boring fight. Volkanovski did get his title back against Diego Lopez. It's a good fight, but I very surprised neither one of them got knocked out.
Yeah, going to decision.
Yeah. Sunday came around, and we got to watch history with Rory McIlroy completing his career Grand Slam and winning his 5th major.
What an exciting Masters that Sunday
it was midway through. I thought it was gonna be boring when he was like up 3 on 14.
Yeah, but then he went down. Like
he went
had
in the water.
such a roller coaster of a day, which was insane. Like I said, like it was such a great Masters watch because I feel like there are times where like you have like very clear leaders, but like the way both Rory and DeChambeau were shooting, like someone could have rose the ranks and taken their spot many times. Rose kind of did. Like I think he was leading the first 2 days, or first 2 rounds, and then he dropped off. I think day 3, but he came back and, like I said, ended up being in the playoffs with Rory. Chambeau, or what was I think Skip called him DeChambeau.
That's funny.
Yeah, like he was a mess on Sunday, but
Justin Rose had a phenomenal final round, especially back 9. I think he 8 birdies and 1 bogey on the back 9 just to get up there and creep up there. Definitely, got himself at least a higher payday than what he was looking like.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Reed, what was it? His on 13 he had about a putt from 4 feet and 3 putted to just pull him. If he made that putt and everything else stayed the same, he would have been in the playoff.
What was your news about the Rory's caddy?
Oh yeah, so at the Masters, the caddy's bib numbers depended on the order you arrive to the Masters. Rory's caddy got bib number 81, had never won previously in the Masters, and just DeChambeau's caddy's 89 number was tied for the most wins.
So they didn't retire bib numbers for caddies?
No, because it's the order you show up to the Masters in.
Oh, okay. That was a joke. But if the tie for first, you think they start retiring some numbers. That's really all it is, the order that you show up in.
So some people, I think one time part of my take tried to get Brooks's caddy to get 69. But yeah, Jordan Spieth is the next one that could possibly get the career Grand Slam, which I'm definitely rooting for. Because I've been rooting for Rory for a while. This is the first Master I think I didn't bet on him to win in 4 or 5 years. So it's kind of just upsetting that I fucking missed it.
All these years you've been holding him back, right?
Yep. But now I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna keep betting Jordan until he wins that PGA Championship.
Do it for 4 years so he can win it in the 5th.
Yeah. But the one crazy stat, I think I mentioned it the other week: 3,899 days since Rory last won a major. And when Tiger won his Masters in 2019, it had been 3,799 days. So 100 days apart. Obviously different years, but their gaps in major victories was about the same.
I noticed that too when they posted on Instagram. It was like all of Rory's Masters wins. It was like 2012, 2014, 2014. I think he won 2 or 3 in 2014 or something like that.
He 2012 PGA Championship, 2014 he captured 2 with his first Open Championship or British Open, and another PGA, I think.
So obviously by the end, a lot of people are Rory haters, and at the end, I don't know who I was really rooting for. It didn't really change.
I was definitely rooting for Rory. He was a little bit of a dick he could be a little bit of a dick in the early part of his career and just kind of seemed like he was stuck up. But then he kind of
got humbled.
Yeah, well, he kind of grew on everyone. He started becoming a nice guy.
And it's cool to see history be made. Like I said, the list of people that got the career Grand Slams 6 or 7, right?
There's 6 of them, I think.
Yeah, so it is cool to see somebody get added to the list in our lifetime. Hopefully, Jordan Spieth can do it again.
What's and you think about it, it's someone's probably Scotty's probably there. He's won 2 majors and they're both Masters, so he's not even close.
So he needs 3.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Masters merchant at that point too.
Yeah. Brooks has 5 majors, but he only
US Open, right?
U.S. Open and I think the PGA Championship. So he also needs 2 more. He needs the British Open and the Masters. So some of these guys, I think it's Jordan and Phil are the only ones that only need 1 more that are active.
I feel like Jordan's got a better chance at it, though.
Oh, yeah. No.
What is Phil missing?
Maybe the U.S. Open.
Okay.
On to our...
sprinkle of pop culture?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word pop culture for a second.
Yeah, so, like you said, Last of Us Season 2 premiered this Sunday, just passed, and me and Ryan have one very similar take on the episode, and that is...
Ellie character's a bitch.
Yeah, Ellie, main character, is just the worst. I know
Nothing wrong with the actor. Like, the actress is doing fine. I just think the way they wrote the character, which I have seen some things where it seems like the game was similar, it just, her character sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to like the stuck-up teenager that rebels against the father, especially like Joel ended season 1 doing something rather, one would say, selfish and pretty crazy move, like not a real respectable move for the sake of mankind. You still can't help but like root for Joel because like he still is trying to be a good father to Ellie, and like you can tell he cares, and like she damn near put him in therapy because he's having a hard time dealing with his stuck-up bitchy daughter.
He decked a guy for calling his daughter a dyke, which I thought was sick, and then she was like, "I don't need your help." It's like, what?
Yeah,
I feel like most like kids in that situation that are like, you know, lesbian or gay or you know, like LGBTQ, but like if one of like, I feel like a lot of kids like that would love to see one of their parents go that hard to ride with them, and then just being like, "I don't need your help." It's like, what? If you did that, there'd probably be more problems than if he did that, because I think everyone's seeing to him is like, oh, he's a respected person of the community. You're a child still, kind of. Mm-hmm. So if you did, you'd probably get in more trouble. Whereas like Joel did it, it's like, all right, we're gonna make like this guy is definitely in the wrong.
Is also like the whole like childhood coming of age thing of like wanting to be treated like adult and like not wanting your parents to think they have to protect you and like know where you are at all times. That shit goes out the window when there's a goddamn zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Like, you can't be that angsty little teen. Like, you don't need to know where I am. Like, you don't need to take care of me. Like, dude, there's fucking zombies outside that could kill you any minute. And I've been dealing with this shit, and I'm an adult, and I'm like, I've been protecting your ass for the last, like, 7-8 years. Like, you should take all the help you can get when it comes to actual living things outside of your damn fence that are trying to kill you at all times. Like, get that angsty teenage drama. Like, that shit shouldn't exist when there's an active apocalypse of creatures killing you.
And I think when I texted you was like the moment when they were doing the mission, and like the whole thing was like, just make sure you listen to your mission leader. Don't like do anything. It's just a scouting mission. And she's like, let's go inside. Let's kill these things. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing in the world. Like, you're going into a cramped spot that's dark with just you two, and like the whole thing is like, listen to them. I was like, I know you're like, something's gonna happen, but nothing's gonna happen at the same time. Like, you're just being dumb. They like get hurt, and for no reason other than just to kill like 3 clickers.
It's also incredibly selfish when you are the one that can't die.
Yeah, well,
like, you brought this best friend lover into this place. You're like, let's go kill these things that can only hurt you. Like, what the fuck is that for? Like,
only smart thing she did the whole episode was the fact that she cut her wound to look like just a cut and not like the bite mark. Like, I was like, all right, that's a smart thing you did. That's the only thing.
That whole realization just dawned on me. Like, you are literally putting, every time you do that and you bring somebody else, like, you are literally being like, let's go into this active war. I got a full flak suit on. Have fun in a t-shirt. Like, they are the only, like, everybody else is vulnerable except for you. Like, you can be careless, but like when you're bringing your best friend in there who can very easily die from one fucking slip up, like, that is insane move and insane behavior.
And like trading your only pair of boots for like a gun holster, I was like, that's gotta be the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in living in Wyoming. Yeah, like looking at that, I was like, that would be miserable. I'd be pissed off walking in that snow after 5 feet.
Make yourself a damn gun holster.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That is not a necessity.
Like, you gotta tell me, like, all the CD posters you have, you can't trade one of those things to someone that likes that.
Dude, I think I said there was like,
because I don't know how you got those. Some of those are from like Chicago. Like, I want to know how they're getting there in a zombie apocalypse.
There truly was
Amazon.
Not one moment of that episode that I liked Ellie and who's like the main character. So like, I said something to Holly going in. I'm like, dude, like, this is the type of shit that really makes me like deter from like liking a show. It happened to me with Shameless, where like, I was watching Shameless and like, the family, there's a lot of likable characters in the family. Like, in the very beginning, early on in the season, the one of the youngest girls, Debbie, is like this cute girl who like always sees the good in the deadbeat dad and like is just sweet to him. And then like they make her this big teenage bitch that's like purposely getting pregnant to trap somebody and like and it's just a total bitch. And I literally stopped watching it. I'm like, Debbie fucking sucks. I hate this bitch. Like, she made me hate the show so much.
And like, I kind of agree with Joel's take where it's like, you can't like let everyone in. Like, it's kind of true. You kind of like, you can't let everyone in unless like they're like, all right, you're gonna start working. So you kind of gotta vet some people coming in and be like, we only have like, it looks like they built that like area up a ton. Like, it's huge now, and it's like, it's the middle of winter. You don't have enough food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To keep everyone alive. Like, yeah, you're like a little bit of, like, you feel bad, but at the same time, you can't put at risk everyone there for that to help like a group of 5 people.
Again, rules change when there's a legit apocalypse going on. You can't have open arms take everybody in when there is like food rations, there's like survival rates. Like you can't just be taking everybody. Like I understand like it is a very moral dilemma to tell people like you have this sanctuary and you're turning people down at the door when you know the type of shit that goes on outside of your doors. It's a hard take to make, but like honestly it is like you do have to protect, like you can protect the people you have, keep building, and when you build then you add more people. Like it's like you can't, like it's kind of like the luck of you. If someone shows up at the right time, they can come in. If they show up and have more people than space, they can't come in. Like,
or at least like if it's like, all right, like you show up, it's all right. Like we're gonna put them kind of in like almost like a hotel spot. Like they're not getting their own house right now. That we're gonna have to power up and all that. It's like, all right, if you're a dude, kind of got to get to work right away.
yeah.
At least if you're an able-bodied person, you kind of got to get to work and help out doing
You're
something.
saying women can't work like men can?
Well, I said able-bodied, so that also counts for women.
You're
I just didn't want to force the women to work right away,
right. That's very kind of you.
especially if they got to take care of the kids. But that's also work.
Clean houses and
It's hard work. I can't. Jeez.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. That's Ryan's words. I
did not
reiterating.
say that.
But yeah,
so we have the looming presence of that other firefight group coming too. Gloop.
Yeah, the Fireflies. I think the one girl's name is Abby.
Yeah, her character seems kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that they're going to be obviously a big role going forward. But yeah, so obviously
at the same time, you're looking at that city, and you're like, we're gonna get in there. Yeah, fucking right.
I know. Well, honestly,
you're showing up with guns. They're not going to let you stroll in.
It looks like timing's going to work out in their favor with the way the episode ended.
In their favor, though, they're going to also have to fight them. Like that,
they're going to fight them, but
the Horde's going to be outside with them.
Yeah, but their whole thing that they want to do is take out Joel, and I think that the infected, or I don't know what we're calling them,
clickers.
Yeah, but clickers are only a certain kind of them.
Yeah, but I don't.
The mushroom heads. That when their raid happens, I think the guards are going to be a little preoccupied, and it's going to give them a window to get through. Obviously, I think it's not going to be smooth because obviously, there is still an active rate of these things that will kill you too. But I think that's going to be how they get in, is from that happening as well.
So I tried not to look at all the trailers, but there were some trailer parts of like those clickers coming in. Which at first when I saw like the sparkler like go down, I was like, all right. I was like, that kid's like a dumbass for letting that go. Like I was like, that's not the reason why those came out. Like they were going to come out either way. It just, that was cinematic wise, just to show us in the light.
Draft.
Yeah, draft of the best movies / shows that we think they're the best. Because we've never seen them.
The biggest shows that we know people rave about that we haven't seen.
Before we get to that, let's do our ad. All right, before we dive into the draft, we got to tell you about something we've been loving lately, Light Strike Hard Refresher. If you're looking for a drink that's crisp, smooth, and actually refreshing, this is it. It's 5% malt alcohol with 10% coconut water with a hint of sea salt. So it's light, clean, and easy to drink. Plus, it's gluten-free and non-carbonated, meaning no bloat, no fizz, just pure laid-back sipping. Whether you're chilling by the beach, kicking back after work, or just need a break from the usual hard seltzers, Light Strike is the move. Seriously, try it out and let us know what you think. Good for tailgates because, you just throw them in the cooler. You don't have to worry about it. You can, open it up on a hot day. Finish it all, you close it back up, put it in the cooler, get it back after the game's over.
I can't wait to have them for the beach, honestly. I think they're going to be a game changer for the beach. There's 2 flavors out right now, lemon lime and orange mango. I think you like the orange mango the most. I like lemon lime.
I'm going to open this up and see if I change my mind. Because sometimes, I kind of do that where I'll just change my mind depending on what I'm drinking at the moment. I think I'm changing my mind. I think I like this one better.
I'm telling you, I love lemon lime flavors. Like the citrus flavors is just that normally is my go-to.
I think when I made that statement, it was also I was going off of what the parade was, and I was already hammered when I had these.
Get down.
So it kind of it was more of a decision based off of my blackout memory of the parade.
That's true. You just somewhere in your blacked out mind, you were like, I didn't really like that lemon lime flavor.
I forget what. No, I wasn't. I didn't like it. It was more. I was like, I remember the orange one being sick.
Orange one slapped. It's just the only one I was giving you.
I just reached in Holly's backpack and I was like, oh, there's another one.
Orange mango.
Another one.
Orange mango again.
I was just DJ Cal be like, another one.
Another one.
Yeah, so get them. Tell us what your favorite flavor is. Interested to try them with a mixed drink because I know the one bar we took them to the other day. We're thinking about making them a mixed drink.
Yeah, I think that maybe the lemon lime. They're thinking about some kind of margarita kind of thing.
Oh, that would actually be good.
Yeah, definitely can be used for cocktails if you want to enhance the alcohol content. But
mango one might be good with like a JMO.
Yeah,
like a whiskey ginger, but instead with the light strike.
Yeah, not opposed.
All right, into the draft. Ty goes first.
Yes.
I think I got 3 in my head. If I don't get these 3, we might be into some issues.
So, yeah, draft TV shows and movies that we haven't seen that I think will make a lot of people mad.
Yeah, I think they're kind of stereotypically people's favorites or, big classics.
Just this last year, I did knock one off that list, which was Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah, I was very happy that you weren't going to be able to take that.
Yeah, so with my first pick, I will be taking The Sopranos.
Yeah, kind of figured that was going. My first pick, I want to say you haven't seen this, which is why I want to take it. I'm going to take The Wire.
I have watched like half The Wire. Okay. So.
Oh, yeah, so stipulations, you can watch one episode?
Yeah, that's a good point. If you watch a whole season or something, I don't care how many seasons it is. I think it shouldn't count.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying you can get like one episode, but once you kind of go through like half a season, it's probably
I think that's fair.
This other one, I feel like there's no chance you haven't seen it. Someone got mad at us for not seeing or putting this on there. I'll go with Ocean's 11.
I will be taking The Godfather.
You haven't seen The Godfather?
I have not seen The Godfather.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy for me being Italian too.
Such a good movie too.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them. Not a minute of any of them. Honestly, to fit the theme. I guess with bowling, I've never seen The Big Lebowski.
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, I've seen it. It's a good movie.
That's one that I need to knock out with me being a semi-pro bowler now.
Yeah, right. I watched True Detective this year, so I can't use that one.
So good. Season 1.
I'm just going to take it now so I can hopefully have time to think about more. I haven't seen The Titanic.
Oh, damn. That is... I can't believe you took Ocean 11 over Titanic.
Well, I was like... Well, I figured... like Titanic's definitely bigger, but I was like... Ty has definitely seen Titanic, so I was going to save it for 4th.
I can't believe you haven't seen the Titanic. Yeah, that is a nuts
Well, I guess this is my last one, so I've...
Oh, I got my next 2. I'm locked. I've never seen Kill Bill.
I've never seen that house. I don't think I would have taken that.
And I've also... It's a Quentin Tarantino, so it's got the pedestal. Have you seen all of Quentin Tarantino?
Yes.
Okay. Except for Kill Bill?
Yep, pretty much. I've seen I think almost all of Quentin Tarantino. He's like one of my favorites.
And a sitcom I've never seen a full episode of is How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yeah, I watched almost all of that, so I definitely couldn't take that. Never seen Schindler's List.
That's a big one.
I don't even know what that's about.
Insane.
I know it's a big movie. I can't tell you what it's about.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's got something to do with like religion.
No, I don't think so. Am I thinking of a different movie? Who's in this?
Yeah, it looks like Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this either. I thought I did. What am I thinking of with Morgan Freeman in prison?
Oh, Shawshank Redemption. That's a great movie.
That's what I was thinking of. No, I don't think I've ever seen Schindler's List either. Then
what's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio where it's he's like in like a nut house?
Shutter Island.
Like that's like those 3 I can kind of honestly like before I've seen that one and I've seen Shawshank, but like I still somehow like which one's which again?
Yeah.
All right, so recapping our movies or best movies and TV shows that we've never seen draft. I wrote mine down.
I know. I don't need to. So my draft of shows and movies that I have never seen. With my first pick, I took The Sopranos, which is probably one of the biggest shows of all time. Follow that up with one of the biggest movie franchises of all time, The Godfather, I've never seen. And then when it came back to me, I took Kill Bill, probably the only Quentin Tarantino movie I've never seen, and ended it with How I Met Your Mother.
And my picks were The Wire, Ocean's 11, Titanic, and Schindler's List. I tried to save Titanic for the end, but I needed some more time to think about something else.
This is going to be a pretty agitating, I think, draft that we do. So
it's more just vote on whoever's list you think is, who's dumber for not seeing these things.
Yeah, I guess more embarrassing.
Yeah.
So, I would love to see the comments of which ones you guys think is the most outrageous that we haven't seen. Probably whatever we see. Actually, this would be a great idea. Whichever gets the most hate in the comments of like what we have to watch. Series would be tough, but like we will push forward to watching and giving a reaction to.
It'd be kind of funny for like whoever gets the most votes, you can't watch those things ever. So you just have to be you're never allowed to get part of the talk.
Scratch it for eternity.
You're just not allowed. I'm not allowed to see the Titanic.
As your punishment, yeah. I'll never watch an episode of The Sopranos.
Walk in someone's house, be like, "Oh, the wire's on. I gotta leave. Sorry, dude. I gotta go."
Sorry, guys. I had a rule earlier on that I can't do this now.
The fans spoke and they said you can't watch it.
I have a moral obligation. But yes, please make sure you comment.
It's actually a legal obligation. Legally, can't do it.
Yeah, you're right. This is a legal thing. So comment on whose list is more embarrassing, and make sure you go on the Instagram and vote.
Yep. See you next week.
Yeah. See you guys.